We're gonna go ahead and keep these going. This is Hollywood Rose with Reckless Life. Now, I've never heard of these guys. Let's go ahead and check them out, see what they got going on. Let's get Whoa. On the album cover here, it says The Roots of Guns N' Roses. So, so Hollywood Rose, was that the band that what's his name? He joined and then they formed Guns N' Roses? All right, let's just listen to this. I'll figure it out later. But you guys fill me in on the comment section. Oh, it's LA Guns. Goodness gracious. Guys, if you're familiar with Hollywood Rose, give me a release date on this. Because this was dope. This was too cool. I can imagine when these guys came out and they were hitting Sunset Strip and they were playing the clubs, and people heard this, they had to be blown away. Considering all the other bands that were playing around that time, you know, and I'm thinking about Crew and some of the bands that I've been listening to lately. When they heard this, they probably knew they had to step it up. Oh man, this is one of the main reasons why I love 80s rock and 80s metal, is because I always say this, during this time, a lot of these bands that were hitting the California scene, and when music started changing, they saw the competition. When Metallica hit the scene as far as metal, all the other metal bands out there were like, whoa. They had to change up. And you hear it. It's like from 83 going to 86, you hear all these bands step up their sound because they want to match the energy of the other bands that are coming at them. I know Rat had been around for a long time, and Rat, they had to feel the pressure from Guns N' Roses and Crew. And then going into the 90s, everybody had to change up their style because glam and hair was going out. But rock and roll, man, rock and roll definitely had to change because they had to keep up with the times. But it was like when the 90s hit for rock and roll, it changed too much. Because I believe that's when alternative rock became really big. But it was like there was certain elements and core sounds of rock and roll that is like very fundamental to it. It was just gone. And that's something you notice with alternative rock. There's a lot of alternative rock that came out in the mid 90s. There was like no blues influence, or there was no blues element. It was like that rhythm was gone. Man, yeah, man, y'all don't know, man. Just this whole reaction musical journey has been incredibly eye-opening to me. And just seeing how music has changed throughout the years. Because even going into the 2000s, you hear that a lot of rock bands, they really just lost their way. And it's almost like in the mid 2000s, everybody's trying to get back to the blues, and they're trying to get back to the roots of the sound. Because one thing that I've noticed is that even with your favorite bands from back in the day, I know a lot of y'all said y'all were listening to Kiss, AC/DC, you know, Whitesnake, all these bands that we've been listening to tonight. It's like, even when these guys release newer albums, newer shit, nobody wants to hear it. I know AC/DC, they recently dropped the album, I think last year, and everybody was like, just play your old shit. They didn't want to hear the new stuff. It was the same way with Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden dropped a new album, and they were like, we don't want to hear this shit. Play your old stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead and keep things going. Guys, yes, plug the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, make sure you join the Discord community. The link will be in the chat. That is where we go after stream. We all go to the Discord. We jump in the chat. We hang out. We talk. We share music. And we continue the party. So let's see. What do we have next? We have the Scream. This is the Scream with I Believe in Me. Let's go.